Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! Brought us by Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee.
Reddit dit to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Monday, July 11th. My fault we're coming at you guys a day later. I've been traveling. Good trip, but good to be back. I don't know why this is the season for recruiting and all the recruiting news. I honestly don't know if that's normal, but what a big week. I guess just jump right into it. I hope everybody's doing good. Got to hear you guys Thursday. Didn't get to talk to you guys, but what a big, just massive week for Tennessee. Just turning of the tide.
Yeah, what a massive month. From July 1st, you land 7 commits. Pretty good, you know.
It's okay.
Yeah, take
Tennessee's
that.
just disappointing.
The weird thing about it for me is, I'll be honest, I didn't have very good expectations for Josh Heupel in terms of recruiting. With everything we've heard, only been a head coach a couple years before he got to Tennessee, so didn't know where that was going to land. But we've seen with 2 previous coaches, Tennessee just sells. But I've been super impressed with the way Josh Heupel has done it, the way he closed on early signing day with Tyree West, Justin Williams, James Pierce, and then just getting the best players in different states. You get the number 1 player in Missouri and Shandavian Bradley. You get the number 1 player in the state of Tennessee and Caleb Herring, one of the top players in the state of Kentucky, and Christian Conyers, and then the number 2 player in California, Nikos. So, I mean, just getting a little bit from everywhere. You still got those kids in Georgia that Rodney Garner is going to get year in and year out, but they've kind of utilized everybody on the staff to, be all in on guys, and, the relationships that they've built has paid off in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, this, like you said, I think overall this staff has been better than maybe overall expected. You mentioned you got Rodney Garner. That's done a good job. It always has done a good job. You expected that coming in. A lot of question marks in the air. So I think overall this staff has been pretty solid, better than maybe expected. Obviously still a long ways to go. If you're going to, we talked about it. You still got to get the guys to be competitive on Saturdays. Like, that's just the nature of the business. I'm going to be consistent, though. Tennessee does still have a long way to go. I know right now everything looks good. I think 5th on 247's rankings right now with the way everything's folded out the last month. But if you want to keep those guys, you got to go win this. Like, this season just became a lot bigger based on the recruiting class it looks like you can get in 2023.
How about instead of us saying, like, yeah, you have to win to keep it, how about we just say we're going to win? We're going to carry this momentum into it, and we're just going to win. Okay? We're not going to just – the cups are always on. We get it. But we don't have to act like they are. Let's act like the party is still going, late into December.
Well, I don't even know if it's so much as that. I just think it's – when you look at the state of Tennessee football, it's not a – I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess a good example of people that have recruited really well, like if Ohio State misses a college football playoff again or doesn't win the Big Ten, their recruiting doesn't take a hit from that because they've been so consistent as of late. Like that doesn't matter. Tennessee does, because right now they're selling vision. Well, eventually that has to become something. So I don't even think it's so much of a can Tennessee like finish the job. I think it's just if you want to keep these guys around, if you want to build off in the 2024 class and get a good 2023 class and let that build like you do. I think that's just kind of like the fact of the matter. Like, I don't know. It's not a status quo thing right now. You're still trying to build something.
Joe?
No, I mean, he's right. That's the nature of it. You can get all the 5, 4, 3, whoever you want, all the stars you can rack up. But, we touched on it last week. Unless you're going to go perform, and you got to give those kids a reason that they want to come play for you. If you're going to go drop a five loss season or something that, the games didn't turn out your way, they're not excited as much. You don't hold that same power you have that we have with that energy we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely ways that you can lose that momentum, but I just think right now you're riding that high. You just keep flowing it into the season. I think you got a good schedule ahead of you where you can. I think the core is there. I don't think the core is going anywhere. Again, you're selling that. We lost 6 games last year. It's not like you're really, basing everything on wins and losses, because that's just not. They're not coming here because Tennessee won a bunch of ball games last year.
Well, no, and I think that's kind of the interesting piece too. That the new wrinkle. That's what I was about to ask. NIL. You said it. The core guys are going to stick around. So Nico's obviously the core guy. Where does Bradley stand on? Like, where is he on that one? Would you consider him a core guy? I mean, it's obviously really early for the 2023 period, but it's not. It's kind of fallen on where everybody's committing now. So where is he kind of in that core group?
I think they've done a really good job of not only using everybody on staff, but they've also got guys in the boat early that can recruit other guys. So guys like Ethan Davis, who Eric Kane explained that he's been, a very underrated recruiter in terms of peer recruiting for Tennessee. Jack Luttrell is Tennessee's first commit in this class. Nico, obviously. And then Caleb Herring's done a really nice job. I mean, Shadavian Bradley mentioned him and Jack Luttrell, how they had a good relationship and how they always talked. And he said, he'd even get a call from Nico every now and then. I mean, I guess just like these kids see enough of each other, I guess 7-on-7 and the circuits and the camps, and they probably speak with the coaches and like, hey, this is a guy to go after, blah, blah, blah. And they've just seemed to do a really good job of, Byron Moore a couple years ago, he was the big, on social media recruiting. Now it didn't turn into wins, but he did do it. It could have.
Should have. It should have. It wasn't the fault of the guys that got on campus.
Right. But I mean, they do have a good grip on that. So again, you're not selling wins and losses, because last year you're a little bit above 500.
Well, I mean, it's not like if you go 5-7, 6-6 this year, it's not that you lose all where we at right now. 13, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
13 commit. It's not like you lose all 13, but you're gonna lose some. Like, that's just the nature of it. Like, that's how it works. And then you're gonna have to gain ground elsewhere.
Tennessee has 18.
18. Sorry, I don't know where I got 13, but you lose. Like, that's just how it is. But I mean, I think you're right in the sense of not only do the core guys usually stick around, but I think NIL changes that mentality too. And a guy, could Nico, let's say this season doesn't work out Tennessee's direction, could a guy like Nico go and find another home? I'm sure that's 100% possible. But he's spent now, how long has he been committed to Tennessee? Almost 6 months?
March 21st. Yeah. Okay,
so not quite 6. You're, what's that? 4?
Yeah.
Coming up on 4.
Yeah.
He's spent a lot of time selling Tennessee. Like, that's kind of who he's become. So yeah, a guy like that you may not lose, but there's probably some guys in there. And then you mentioned Caleb Herring. It's an in-state guy, brother on the that probably isn't who you lose. What I would define as those core guys. So I think that's the good thing about it when you want to talk about finding momentum for not just next season, but the season after. Well, you are going out and getting guys that like you said, it's not all because it's hard to win a lot of games early on, especially in kind of today's world of transfer. It is hard to win early on. Mm-hmm. I mean, the coaches that have won early on, credit to them. There's a reason they stick around a little bit longer when you can win season 1 or season 2.
Yeah.
I think Caleb's got a good point that, yeah, NIL does, bring a different factor to it. And necessarily last season, it's not like, Heupel coming in, we weren't expecting it to be a 10-win season or anything. Expectations are going to be. And so while NIL does make a factor there, a lot of what these recruits, obviously there's a lot behind the scenes, but a lot of these recruits are riding is potential and upscale with Josh Heupel. They liked what they saw last year, but they also just like how the way Heupel coaches. They like the way that, and that's not just Heupel. It's obviously across the board. It's all the coaching staff, but performance is still a huge part of that. So obviously, you're right. We go and have a bad season next season. It's not like you're going to dump off all your players through the transfer portal, or well, not next year. You know what I'm saying? But performance is still be at least to keep the plateau of, if not getting better, still having that idea of there's still a lot of upscale there and potential that it's not going to change.
Here's the thing.
And for me too, also a part of it, of saying you still got to go win ball games, is because ultimately that's what you're graded on. We're going to, I promise you, this time next year, we're going to sit here on this show and make fun of Jimbo Fisher for going 8-4 with the number 1 recruiting class.
Oh,
so, that's ultimately what it's about.
But Butch Jones the same way. He had the number 3 recruiting class with Khalil McKenzie and Shaw Total, and they didn't win nothing here.
Right. And then it's also like in terms of, we sit here and talk about it twice a week. It's also kind of like the level-headed mentality of I'm trying not to experience the highs and lows too much. 2 weeks ago, we're sitting here going, if we're being honest, is it a little underwhelming? I obviously argue that it's not disappointing. That's not the right word. But like a little underwhelming, because you do have a guy like Nico who's bringing attention. So you are finishing, your name's out everywhere. And eventually you want to see some of those land, and they're not landing. And it is unfortunate, but I think it's the same kind of level-headed mentality of going, Tennessee's got to win. That's just the bottom line. If you're an 18-year-old, take yourself out of the Vol fan part of it, and you're getting, is Tennessee attractive? For sure. NIL, SEC Network, ESPN, social media, your name is out there. But at the end of the day, you want to compete for championships. So I think that's kind of where it comes in. Tennessee, like you said, Tennessee recruits itself. There's a level of it that if you're just competent enough, it recruits itself. But if you can go win, you go to a different level if you can go and win ball games.
And looking back at NIL, we've done, the job we've done so far with NIL with the NCAA sniffing around. When they go away, how good is that going to be? It's a joke. That's a joke, but it kind of is not. Yeah, kind of not.
We're fully cooperating, which is the dumbest. We're going to get the death penalty. I just need us to recognize that because we're cooperating.
The NCAA is not going to be a thing by the time they get to us, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you go in the Alliance? Is that what we're going with?
We're just recreating the NCAA.
Correct.
The SEC is going to be the new NCAA.
Oh, wow. Just throw the Big Ten out under the bus like that.
Yeah. What is the Big Ten, honestly?
For some reason, people want to – actually, I know why people want to play in the Big Ten. They don't have to play Alabama. That's exactly why they want to play in the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's the only reason. It's not because it's just, beautiful weather up there. No. It's awful.
Yeah, 11 a.m. kickoffs.
Yeah, USC is not going to win a single game after the month of September. Away.
I don't know if they'll win them at home either.
They probably won't. I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I was helping Lincoln Riley out, helping him recruit a little bit. He needs the help because Jordan Addison apparently is pissed off still that they're not. He's not getting all those promises that he was promised before he committed.
That's the Lincoln Riley thing is very interesting because I found myself on an Oklahoma message board this weekend.
Dang, how bored were you?
And then I was in an airport, so
okay, that's fair.
Well, and I got there because someone had shared a tweet or shared a screenshot of it where someone was saying they wish they had kept Heupel around and not Lincoln Riley. Which I'm sorry, as it stands right now, I know Heupel's our guy. That's a terrible take.
Yeah, that's definitely
a terrible take. He's won 3 won 3 Osmonds, guys.
Yeah, maybe slow your roll a little bit.
But it was very interesting that was a popular take on an Oklahoma message board. He left him in the middle of the night. I get it, but it was just it was hilarious to read over and over.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anybody about leaving in the middle of the night. Okay.
Hey, don't worry. Lane Kiffin will tweet at you about it in a second.
And that's not a shot. We haven't gotten to Zach Wilson yet. That's Lane Kiffin.
Can we not give Lane Kiffin – we got to do a better job of trolling him. He missed out on Archie Manning's grandson. They had his name, and they can say it was for Eli. No, it wasn't. They had his name painted in the end zone, and he couldn't land him. What a joke. What a joke. I thought it was come to the sip. What happened to that?
That's leaving the sip. We got John Slaughter. They didn't.
Archie doesn't even want to live in Mississippi. They live in Louisiana, brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Well, I'm talking about those kids in Mississippi don't even want to play for him.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot has happened since Cam Seldon committed. That was the last commit that we talked about. So Tennessee got 3 more after that. Something slight. The first one popped off. Sham Umarov, offensive tackle from Alpharetta, Georgia, in Denmark High School. 4-star, 6'6", 290 pounds. He's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a big kid. We talked about it last week. We previewed him a little bit before the actual commit came in. But watching his film, it's he'll mess with you a little bit. Yeah,
pretty impressive. Georgia's kind of late to the party, but they're one that was rumored to be in the running for him. Michigan State, LSU, Auburn, North Carolina. I mean, the kid had pretty much every offer that you could ever really want. And Tennessee was able to land him. Tennessee needs help. I mean, they don't have a lot of tackle bodies. They had to bring in Gerald Mincey. J.J. Crawford is a JUCO transfer. You got Dane Davis, Darnell Wright. That kind of it.
Yeah.
Right now. Not a lot of bodies there. So good to get the offensive tackle from Alpharetta. Didn't land Francis, so this was a nice kind of get there as well. You'd like to land both of them, even Lucas Simmons committed to Florida State today. But there'll be names that pop up. You get a cornerstone to your offensive line for the future in Sham. And love the name, Sham. Wow, that's awesome.
That's a great name. Yeah, it's good that we're able to focus on both sides of the ball and try to – while defense is definitely a need for us, we're still able to attack the spots that, we're still missing on the offense, especially like the line like we talked about. But what is it, 11 of the 18 recruits are on the defensive side of the ball, which so Heupel's not being shy of getting the defense working. We know that's where we need some help. So hitting the ground running with that defense commits.
Yeah, and that's kind of what has impressed me a lot of. It's not just that we're the top 5 recruiting class right now. It's just who we've landed. He's honed in on the most important positions. He landed Taven Jackson. That was a big get for Tennessee. Joshua Joseph, James Pierce. The 2 most valuable positions are quarterback and guys that can get to the quarterback. So he landed that in his last class. And then this class, Nico, one of the top quarterbacks in the country. And then, the number 1 player in Missouri and Shadavian Bradley. And Caleb Herring, the number 1 player in Tennessee. So, the edge is going to be pretty set for the future for Tennessee if you're able to keep all those guys intact and on this roster. And, man, I'm excited. That's what it's impressed me the most is him honing in on those important positions as well as understanding what you need to work on, and that's the defense. And that, it's very defensive heavy in this 2023 class.
Yeah, no, you just nailed it. I mean, it's great to, take – I mean, no matter what high-rated players are always going to be better, but that's cool. We can go land, star possibility wide receivers and tight ends and stuff, but really hunking down and getting those positions that that's going to – the small ball that's going to play a huge factor in those wins and losses, those are equally as important. And while maybe they don't seem as flashy on a board, maybe it's not, a electric wide receiver position or, quarterback commit. Those are those positions that really make a key difference, obviously, for a football team. And so it's good to see that they're prioritizing that and going all across the board and making sure that filling in the gaps slowly but surely. Not slowly, quickly but surely.
Yeah, and that's the biggest struggle for Tennessee in the last 10 years. Quarterback play and not being able to get to the quarterback. So, I mean, they've addressed that, and that it's impressive to me. So, you land Sham, and then the next guy you get is Shadavian Bradley yesterday, a 5-star edge rusher from state of Missouri, Platte County. I think that's where he goes. I think that's how you say that.
Yeah.
In Platte City, Missouri. Doesn't face great competition in Missouri, but the kid dominates. He's a two-sport athlete. Plays, is really good at basketball too. 6'4.5", 220, about the same build as Caleb Herring. So yeah, just super impressive to land a guy like that who he isn't even officially visited Tennessee yet. So not only do you get to get this momentum of his recruitment, you land him, and then you get to impress him with an official visit later on in the year. Perfect.
I didn't even know that.
Yep.
It's killing it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have a better plan than that. And then you land a little bit later, Jalen Smith, 3-star, whatever platform you're looking at, linebacker from Loganville, Georgia, and Grayson High School, one of the top high schools in the country. That's where a couple years ago Tennessee got Wanye Morris. They're in it for Owen Papo. 6'2", 205, so a smaller guy, but plays sideline to sideline. Can really get off blocks. Has really good speed. I watched his highlight tape yesterday, and I was super impressed. And from what I read, he really impressed Georgia at a camp this season, but they already had 2 linebackers committed, so didn't really go all in on Jalen Smith. But so Tennessee kind of benefited from that and get a really good player in him, and that's linebacker position. That's going to be, especially next year when you lose Jeremy Banks, Sloan Page will be gone, Juwan Mitchell will be gone. It's kind of Aaron Beasley, I guess, will be a senior this year, I think.
Yeah, right.
So Caleb Herring and Aaron Beasley could have another year if he wanted it. But other than that, it's kind of wide open. So Jalen Smith has a great opportunity to come in here and contribute immediately. And, I was super impressed with this tape as well.
Yeah, there's going to definitely be a lot of slots to fill for 2023, like you said. With people leaving, they're going to have to step up and fill in that role automatically and maybe quicker than they're used to or comfortable with. But there's, benefits to that, and there's negatives. But, I mean, you'd hope the coaching staff's able to iron that out and make sure that, in camp and then, spring practice and everything, that they're going to iron those details out. But, you're right. It's a good platform right away for them to step up and make a difference.
Yeah, I think he had like 40 offers.
Which is ridiculous.
To name a few: Miami, LSU, Texas, USC, South Carolina. Super impressive list.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh. So, Tennessee got a really good – and he's kind of been linked to Tennessee for a long time. Already did his official visit. But, again, I think he had like 170-something tackles and 10 sacks last year. In 7A football in the state of Georgia, which that's one of the top classifications in the country. So you got that kind of production. I don't care what you weigh. I mean, sign me up.
Yeah, let's be honest. We're gonna take whatever the highest star is. Like, it doesn't. I mean, like, we're gonna publicate. Like, it's at least in my opinion, it's like, all right, we're gonna make the argument for. I mean, he could be a 2-star and like, friggin' dude on Twitter can have him as a 5-star and be like 5-star recruit, but that's kind of the nature of the game. Again, when it comes down to it, I'll watch the film and take the skill and the stats all day over.
Yeah, look at the offer list.
Yeah, look how many times lower star or no, like just any of that has actually played a factor in the setup.
The stars are camps. That's all that is.
Yeah,
it's not.
People like to focus on it, obviously, and it's a great indicator. It's a great way to be like, oh yeah, we pulled in a couple 4 or 5 stars. It's a good way for a basis judgment of just okay. This is where they kind of sit on a scale, but analyzing any further beyond that is just a little bit of it. There's the very top, which is its own segment of it, its own area, I guess. But once you get towards that latter half, it's kind of irrelevant, deeper than just the basic understanding.
Yep. He's back.
I'm back.
Caleb, we just kind of mentioned the last 3 guys that we landed since Cam Selden, Sham, Shadavian Bradley, and Jalen Smith. So,
yeah, I mean, obviously a bunch of big pickups. I think the biggest part about that is defensive guys. I think I heard you all mention that getting these important pieces, that's big. And I mean, I think that shows you Rodney Garner's contribution too, which I mean, if Tennessee's smart, he'll be involved in every recruiting at some level. But then, also Brian Jean Mary and Tim Banks too. I mean, they're doing a better job since being on campus. And I think Landon, you said it, getting the edge rusher. I mean, edge rusher and quarterback. Get a guy that can get to the quarterback, and then get a guy that can sling it. And you're on your way to having a pretty good team.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all I care about, having a good team.
All that matters, right?
What'd you say?
So that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. Guys, it's getting close. What are we at? 51 days, 52 days, something
I don't know. I've been really bad about countdowns this year. Like, I don't have a good countdown. So
it's actually nice because I was way off. Like last week, I was doing. Don't trust me with math at all or numbers or anything. But like I was just, I had this number in my head for a while, and I was like, oh yeah, like it's coming up. I was sending like pictures. I find those nostalgic pictures. I see like checkerboard Neil, and I get all amped up on Twitter, and then I was like, I realized like 2 days ago, I was off by like 20 days, and then just like 20 days closer, it's just like a whole half a month came through. So
is it 50? 50 sounds too long.
It does sound. It's September 1st. So
you're looking at like.
I guess it is mid-July. It does feel like
it's 51 days.
51, really? Okay.
52 days. Sorry, 52.
I would have thought it was in like the 40s, 45-ish. Okay.
So September 1st, correct?
Yeah. Thursday's September 1st. I'm just in the mindset that it's like 22 days away.
52 days.
All right. Let's do it. Thursday night.
College football is next month, right? I think it starts.
Yeah, there's a like
you'll get some action, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what games start those dates.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It's football. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't matter in terms of that. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm watching it.
I'm with you now. Okay.
That Austin v. Western Kentucky matchup, baby. Who cares? It's damn football.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious who is playing in those because I normally don't even know until the week of.
We get
what's happening.
Duquesne Florida State matchup. That's always
Yeah, dude, I'm bet on that for sure.
I don't think
it'll probably be a close game.
Team.
Hey, Vanderbilt goes out to Hawaii on August 27th. So
loss. Mark it down.
Yeah,
loss.
I hope they lose.
What's the money line on that right now? What can I get Hawaii at?
Vandy's minus 6.5.
Vandy's minus 6.5.
Go hammer that.
Of course they are. I mean, I'm not shocked.
They remember the ETSU game last year?
Was that last year? That was last year, wasn't it? Dang. They're not any better, are they?
I mean, they got lucky. Now they got George Corals running the show.
Hey, big matchup the week before the LSU game. ETSU, UTC. We're gating. I'm gating. Y'all are welcome.
Bucks and Mocs.
Why?
What'd you say about the Mocs?
Bucks and Mocs.
Oh, I thought you said go Mocs or something. I was like, no, sir. Get out of here with that. I'm trying to pull up. ESPN was not. So August 6th, the week of August 6th. No, that's not right. Why does it have it on there?
Yeah, it's
the 27th.
Yeah, the 27th is when all those games are.
Is it Nevada or Nevada?
I say Nevada.
I say Nevada.
Okay. I don't think it's Nevada. I pronounced it a bunch of different ways with people when I was out in Nevada.
Wait,
I don't know which one it is. It's one or the other. I said it both ways. I just can't remember which one was wrong. I don't remember.
Las Vegas, Nevada sounds weird.
Also, didn't what's his name play there from Last Chance U?
Oh, Malik Henry.
He did, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Okay. No one knew that, so I was like, maybe that's not true.
I think he's now in like the arena football or something.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm very confident that's where he's at. It's not a high level football.
Texas A&M sitting pretty, number 60 in the country in recruiting right now. So, yeah, NIL might be a double-edged sword.
They get out. That fixes itself, right?
Oh, 100%.
You don't go drop. Listen, I'm not coming at them at the same angle Nick Saban was. I'm coming at them like I would have done the same thing. And they're not gonna not do it this time.
You try to win now. You worry about next year.
I can't believe they're actually number 60.
Yeah, that's pretty pitiful.
awesome.
They only have 5 commits. I mean, Hopefully,
Vanderbilt's ranked over Kentucky, so that's funny.
Yeesh.
I don't really like talking about recruiting rankings right now because
But yes, I know what you're saying. It's early, but a lot like the thing now is to commit before your season. I don't know why, but that's just what everybody is doing now.
No, I mean like that. The good news about Tennessee, I like talking about Tennessee because Tennessee's not going to drop way back.
No,
they're not going to fall back to number 60. A&M's going to finish well above 60.
Right.
Probably top 15, if not top 10.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean,
they'll find some money. They gotta recollect.
Oh my gosh!
Pass out the offering plates.
You didn't even mention our friend Lane Kiffin sitting back at 61.
Dang.
Come to the sit, baby.
Come to the sit. Missouri's sitting at 59. Dude. SMU is 44th.
See, that's the thing. I will say their averages are about the same as Tennessee's. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's where they'll finish. If we're just being honest about it.
Yeah, but just
Auburn's sitting at 68.
Auburn's terrible.
Who the hell would want to go to Auburn? I mean, Brian Harsin is not going to be there next year. So what are you doing?
You think it's next year?
Yeah. I mean, if you're dead set on firing him after last year?
Yeah, see, I think that's –
or are you saying you tied yourself down for
I think that's years? Well, see, the old Auburn that I once knew would have, like you said, once they were done, they would have fired him. So I'm not convinced of the old Auburn I once knew.
Do they clean house, make him do a whole new staff?
I hate that. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Oh, I agree.
Just fire the guy. But yeah, they might do that. But their problems with Harsin, isn't it?
Right.
Okay. So that's what I thought.
Yeah, he got condemned for what he did, but we're praising Zach Wilson for what he did.
Both of them are nasty rumors that somehow help both parties.
Right.
The Zach Wilson thing, by the way, I'm taking as 100% fact. I'm sorry.
It is.
Oh, for sure.
Good. I like it.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, I'm kind of mad that my mom didn't have hot friends when I was growing up. So
the city boys are up. Going through hard.
I've been on Mormon TikTok. I know what they're all about.
My mom had zero hot friends. That's not a shot at her friends. They're very.
I
was
about to say. I hope none of your mom's friends listen to this podcast.
They probably don't.
I mean, what if they did? That's just taking shots, Landon.
You probably don't.
How does Raven feel about that comment?
She doesn't listen either, so it doesn't matter. I can say whatever I want. I'm free.
Full immunity.
Yeah.
This
it's also empty. Like you can't see this room, but if you notice, there's nothing behind me.
Nothing.
There's literally 2 TV trays and a chair, a box, and my Xbox is on, or my PlayStation's on it, and that's all that's in here.
The necessities. PlayStation always
correct.
I'll stay until the very last second.
Yeah, it's like that meme. It's like people like you see this like brand new car outside, and then inside it's just like a chair and a TV. That's literally what it is. Except I don't have a nice car.
You drive a Toyota. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it gets good gas.
Camry.
It's all that matters nowadays.
Yeah. I'm sitting on a gold mine. I might sell it.
Yeah. Dude, luxury cars or anything above 25 miles a gallon. That's
Yeah.
That's where the money's at.
All right, well, guys. Anything else? I mean, we talked about Zach Wilson a little bit. Do y'all want to get into that?
I mean, we can. Are we going to do most important?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, we can talk about the Zach Wilson thing.
It's facts.
Yeah,
facts.
So what was the day? What was it that he was dating like his ex-girlfriend? Now they were dating, and then she posted a picture with his old roommate that played
his best friend. I think they played in high school, and then they roomed together at BYU.
Yeah,
I think he's on the Commanders like practice squad or something.
Yeah, he is. And then I guess just people were calling her out for being a homie hopper in the comment. She just hit him with the fat fact. She was all, what'd she say? turns out he was sleeping with his mom's best friend. I would love to hear the mom's side of this because
I want to see the woman.
That's kind of where I'm at too.
Before we do call him a dog, we need to make, because I think our assumption is that she's probably like, it's Zach Wilson, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It could be like a straight, come on, Zach. But yeah, I think the reaction she got was a lot different than what she was expecting.
Yeah, no, I think she thought
she's getting clowned now.
She definitely thought people were side with her.
Yeah,
she's probably like, oh, Zach Wilson's gonna get the awful PR for this, and he's up right now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's going to get drafted a lot higher in fantasy football drafts just because of this.
It's
Are you gonna take him early?
I'll take him as a backup, not as my starter. No, I already went through Ryan Tannehill last year. I'm getting a good quarterback this year.
You taking him or Baker first?
Oh God.
Well, you got auto drafted last year, Landon.
Yeah, I know. I got stuck with him.
You're gonna end up with Sam. You're gonna end up with Sam Darnold this year.
Yeah, y'all are trying to get me drunk again, so I'll miss it.
I mean, that's the best you finish in the league.
That's not true. I finished second.
Oh man, no, I'm gonna choose. Listen, hot take. I don't care what she looks like. That's a bold move.
Yeah.
So
especially now.
What do you mean?
It's just a weird timing now. I feel like that's a thing. Maybe like you try in college.
That's probably what happened though.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming it's just kind of gotten like uncovered, right?
Okay, so this happened.
I mean, if it does feel a little strange for him.
When did they break up? Like, did they break up because of this?
Yeah, I would assume so, but I'm assuming she might not have known.
Okay, so this is going on
in light of recent,
I didn't know like it happened. She found out about it. They ended it then.
It could be. I mean, he could be doing this like 2 weeks ago. I mean, I don't know. Do you, kid? But I don't know. I'm not sure the timeline on that.
I want to know. So it's his mom's best friend. Could it be his ex-best friend's mom?
I did when I first read that. I was fully set on the fact that it was his mom, which would have been absolutely like 10 times
legend.
Wow.
Because now he should because he should double down on what he's done and just write it out. Like don't back away at all. Just double down. Well,
and we all know it's true because he was DMing that dude from Barstool on TikTok, telling him to take it down.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro. Like, do you think that was ever gonna just not? Did you think that was gonna go away?
What's that guy's name? I can't stand him. Simply, he had a bad
Jack Mack.
Yeah, Jack Mack. He had a bad Tennessee like 3 years ago, and I still hate him for it.
Yeah, no, he's very annoying. But he does have a funny like niche where if you're just to follow him on Twitter, he does these like Twitter spaces, and he just finds like random drama on Twitter or TikTok. Yeah, and it's like random people that are not famous, nothing, and he'll do like Twitter spaces with them and host them and just have them like hash everything out there. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
I
feel like I would like him. I'm about to watch the Bachelorettes.
He's pretty insufferable.
Yeah,
he's pretty
and
insufferable.
It's just straight drama.
Yeah, it almost makes it more compelling that it is people that are actually like you and me.
Wait, what?
The drama.
Oh yeah,
like it's not manufactured reality TV drama.
The Twitter Spaces. I see what
you're
saying.
Yeah. It's almost. Yeah, it's just almost more compelling in that sense.
Oh, so it's not like famous people. It's just random.
No, like I follow these two girls and this one guy that were on it one night. All of them have a private accounts.
Okay.
And they're from like New York, and they just have all met each other in New York. And he hosted some Twitter space about some drama. I found it interesting, so I followed him.
Okay. Any more most important?
Did y'all see that video of John Daly hitting drivers over a highway?
No.
He was just in a parking lot. I think he was wearing Crocs, hitting drivers onto like a football field from across the highway. It was insane. Just an absolutely – I can't believe he's still alive, full disclosure.
Yeah, he'll end up living to like 800 years old. Like he'll genuinely probably die at like 95 because he's just going to like – his personality is basically like, I smoke cigarettes every single day and drink like 15 Diet Cokes. But
those news, like a news station, I feel like once a year, a local news station will run an article. It'll be like 101-year-old woman lives to be 101, what does she say her secret is? She drinks 3 Dr. Peppers a day. That'll be John Daly. 110-year-old John Daly says he smokes 15 cigarettes a day and a couple Diet Cokes. That's his secret to a healthy life.
Yeah, no offense, like vegans and stuff like that, but you never see any stories of them living to be 105.
That's a good point.
That is, and Tom Brady's their ultimate champion, and they do not claim him like they should.
That's also a good point.
Just
gotta have that protein.
Bad marketing, man.
Yeah, you gotta have that protein, man. You gotta live off that fat later on in life.
It's true. Yeah, John, dude, he's just you can't ever like have beef with him because he doesn't care. He just and like he's everyone's face. Like you're never gonna like whenever like even like Tiger would like have some stuff and people like that like, oh, it's disrespectful to the game of golf, and like I'm a huge golfer, so like I'm here for it. I don't care. I love watching him whip around the cart at all these majors and stuff, and just
I think it is insane.
I think
he gets to. This is what I think it's insane. He gets to be in a cart. This is the PGA Championship, and someone had tracked. They were like, he drank 12 Diet Cokes, smoked 20 something cigarettes, and I'm like, I don't know. It's insane. It doesn't bother me. I don't hate him for it. It's just, it is insane.
I think we need a John Daly ESPN cam. I would literally watch that all day.
If he was on the Live Tour, I'd watch.
I would. I'm starting to turn towards the Live Tour actually, which is big.
Have you watched it? I haven't watched it.
When that first all happened, I was like, I still do kind of stand on it that like it's kind of a lot of like washed up bums right now, which is just my opinion. But it's not like players that I really want to watch. If like everyone jumped over there, it's fun. Like I agree, like watching the press conferences and it's like just totally unfiltered and the celebrations basically just like they just turn up. Did you see I need to find a picture, but did you see the jet that they were on?
Yeah, no, I was sleeping in an airport terminal and I had to watch that, so it made me feel really good. Yeah.
Man, I don't know if you saw it, but this thing was like, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
You know, like the jet scene, and they're literally like, I mean, it's like a full 737 that's just gutted out full of like nuts. It's literally that, and there's like LED lights everywhere. Like they're just up walking around, drinking, partying on this plane.
Oh, like soul plane.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. The only problem is they only play like once a month, like on the schedule. So like, it's great for them probably, but for the viewer,
heck yeah,
I want a little bit more like consistency. I'm a big golf guy though, so there's probably a lot of people that would just enjoy watching once a month or one every 3 weeks, whatever it is.
Make golf fun again.
I'm slowly here for it.
The Open.
Yep.
Speaking of fun golf, if you want to watch people just get destroyed by a course, well, not even really the course, just the weather.
And it's not even a fun. It's very much just a open course. It's just
we going John Rahm or Scotty? Who's
Tiger?
Yeah, dude. Anytime Tiger competes, I'm going Tiger. I know I'm wrong, but I have
like betting wise. That's why I'm asking.
What are the odds on Tiger? Because I may be serious.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just talking about these two like are playing each other.
Oh, you don't have the actual odds from this week.
No.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
I just like to pick like one or the other.
Oh, right now I'm taking Scotty.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like Scotty didn't he just play in the Scottish Open and he looked like he was trying. I can't remember, but
Scotty's.
I feel like Rahm might have a little bit more knowledge around that course, but it's not really Rahm's. I don't know.
Scotty's plus 1,400 and Rahm's plus 1,600 to win.
Really? It wouldn't surprise me if Spieth like messes around for a couple of days and then shits the bed. But
I'm curious to see what Spieth does this week in practice rounds. I'm interested.
As long as Tiger makes the cut, I'm here for it. There's nothing more electric than like 3 a.m. golf, dude. Just Tiger's playing like 4 a.m. I wake up for that stuff.
I got one more most important. Nick Senzel, VFL.
Oh.
Hit his first career walk-off yesterday.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Wow. This is sort of Knoxville guys. I tried to get a picture with Harrison Smith at the golf tournament this weekend. I don't know if he just didn't hear me. I was just like, Knoxville, and as he was like leaving the driving range, and this guy was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "He's like a 3-time Pro Bowler. What do you mean?" And some other guy turned around and he goes, "How does he not know who Harrison Smith is?" It's like, thank you. Sorry, that was my Knoxville tidbit for the show.
Any fails?
I got a fail, and it's the Pittsburgh Steelers changing their stadium name.
Yeah. I mean, Heinz wasn't great, but it's like those words. What is it now? It's like some weird, like.
I don't even know what it is.
Acrisure LLC.
No one's going to say it. That's not fun to say.
Acrisure Stadium.
But granted, I mean, it's It's the Steelers. I don't think anyone's gonna really care too much anyway.
I'm sending Lane my fail, so you got it on your phone.
Okay.
I also, full disclosure, don't know if it's real. I'm doing zero research, just saw it on TikTok, and I'm sharing it with the world. So,
Oh my God, is this real?
there's a video of it, so it was either a deep fake or it is real.
Well, now you've got me.
So the Eugene Emeralds. Did you want to send this to me because you didn't want to say it?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
It says our manager may be the first person to ever sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" while receiving a prostate exam.
Wait,
I'm gonna send you all the video because it's disturbing.
Yeah, please do.
Shout out Men's Health Month though.
Yeah, there you go. Go get checked. While you're doing that, there's a crazy story that I heard on the podcast, but somewhere on like the east coast of India or whatever, there's a village, and a lady, apparently this is very common, but a lady was trampled to death by an elephant because like these towns or villages are built like basically with like in the jungle, and it's just elephants come passing through and stuff. So she's trampled by an elephant and killed, and then the town holds a funeral procession that night. Same elephant, she got beef with this lady, I guess, comes back and tramples her at her own funeral.
Yeah, so that was real. Okay, I heard about that.
Elephant.
That's insane.
Came right through and just wreaked havoc again. Like, I don't know
Oh
what.
my gosh!
Elephant was out for blood. It was a bit wild.
I don't know how long
Security
this,
at that funeral is terrible.
Yeah.
for sure. She has way too much.
Another thing I got really quick. I know we enjoy, doing some fun things when recruits come, and we like to throw them on top of Jeeps or whatever it was, and have some fun.
Little
But
G-Wagon.
BYU's going a little too far. I don't know if you guys saw this, but come on, what are we doing?
Oh, what?
I saw that. This is Zach Wilson earlier.
I saw that off that, and I was like, I had to because that itself was very funny, and I was like, that is a very good point.
Is that
So is that real?
is that a
I
reveal?
thought it was,
Like
I thought it was like a taxidermy cougar, but I read into it, and they like brought the recruits out, and it's like, let's go. I thought the Appalachian State coming out of the water was a bit extra for like hype videos. These pictures, I mean, that's a bit egregious. Like, let's pet a tame cougar. Just
Do you ever get another recruit if he's mauled by that cougar?
no.
Spin zone. I'm telling them if you can't beat up the cougar, you don't deserve to play here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, like a Ricky Bobby thing.
Oh
Yeah, exactly. Throw them in the car and you'll learn. It might take a couple guys, but they'll learn. You'll get some real solid players.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, I saw a video of a dude camping, and he wakes up, which I didn't know cougars. I thought cougars traveled like very by themselves. I thought they were not pack animals. He wakes up with like 3 or 4 cougars just right outside of his trailer. I guess he was in his truck.
That is
Terrifying. It probably was that. I sent it to y'all. I don't know if it's come through yet or not, but you can watch it now. It's disturbing.
Okay.
You're not going to feel proud about yourself when you do watch it.
I don't want to
Oh, yeah. Turn the volume up. Get it going.
What? The crowd know like this was like a thing, like it was.
That I cannot answer for you. I have no idea.
This is almost as bad as who was it? Like Kodak at there was like an NFL game.
That was NHL. Was it a Hurricanes game? Or no? It might have been
Panthers.
Where's Kodak Black from?
It might have been the Panthers.
Yeah, maybe.
He's from Florida.
Florida Panthers. Yeah, that probably it was. Insanity.
Second to none, right next to that.
That's awesome.
That's disgusting. Yeah, I'm glad I know that. I got one last one.
Freaky in Oregon.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know what's happening over in India. I guess a lot of my stories are in India, but Sri Lanka or whatever, they're having like some huge uprise of the citizens. I guess it's corrupt government, typical stuff. But they like took over the presidential palace. I think they tried to pull a January 6th, but this one was a little bit more like,
Planned.
Yeah, it was like a little bit more like this guy's corrupt and like 10,000 people rushed the building. They had a blast. Look at these pictures. We got just pool party, And the videos are even funnier, dude. You got
Okay,
people,
so this isn't like a hardcore insurrection. I mean, they've got floaties.
what I'm saying, they're just having a fun time. I don't think they actually. I think a lot of people were just like, this looks very enjoying. They're getting a little workout in. They're packing in the presidential weight room.
I feel like this is like
That is Men's Health Month.
Yeah, raise awareness. Just chilling in the beds. They don't even care. They're just that guy thinks taking a nap. The other two are just scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah, that is a bed that has been slept in. They just it wasn't even made yet. They got in it.
I'm glad you brought that up because I saw where I don't know if it's called their president. He just resigned. I feel like an insurrection. I mean, I'm only familiar with a few, and one of those being the French Revolution when they chopped off all the royalties' heads. I feel like letting them resign is kind of a cop out. But now that I see pictures of pool parties and
Yeah, exactly. I
and
think that was
some parties, this one
He
seems
left.
He just want to be a part of it next time.
Yeah, that's true. He's like, now that I resign, can I come back and you guys don't
Yeah.
want to anymore? Like,
you guys
I mean,
are having a ton of fun.
capitalize. You're already in there. I mean, you got through the hard part. It's like there's a pool. I'm gonna jump in the pool. It's
Right, yeah. Make it worth it. You
kinda
got to
dumb
spend
enough
a
to
couple
get
nights in
weird.
jail and make it worth it. Get your
I'm
money
shocked
worth.
there weren't zoo animals in there in that palace.
Maybe that's where the elephant came from that trampled the.
Oh man.
Maybe they let him out.
Do it. I'd love to see that.
This should be a thing more often. I think we should like implement this into like sports. Like coaches, you're not happy with the coaches. You guys are just allowed to just take over the house. Just
Don't tell Tennessee fans that. Don't hang up. Hang up. You know, it'll happen.
Butch Jones.
It'll happen.
Diving board.
It's borderline already happened. So
That's all I got.
All right.
that's it.
That's all I got.
That's it for me.
Guys,
Been
thanks
real.
for listening. Yeah. Good to have Caleb back. We'll be back Thursday. Should have a special guest. Got to finalize some stuff, but be on the lookout for that. And we thank y'all for listening. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.